Hello everybody, welcome to my greenhouse. Today's video is actually about the greenhouse. I'm going to give you my rating on it since we've had it for almost a year and kind of educate you a little bit on, I guess, doing your research before you buy a greenhouse. Not that we didn't do our research, because I'm pretty sure I did some good research, but if I could go back to when I was picking out a greenhouse, I probably would have picked this one. So my rating at this point used to be a 7. Now I'm down to a 5 out of 10. And I will definitely show you why. But I'm sure you could already see, open this up a little bit more, that there is tape on it. There's tape all around it. That's Gorilla Tape, because of all the problems that we've been having with it. Now, you'll see here that this is part of my greenhouse. And this is why I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Because the back windows keep blowing out. Now here in Rhode Island, we've had nonstop wind since, I want to say, the fall time. So it's been like over 6 months of just constant wind. And like some days it's like lighter, lighter breezy wind. But most days it's very gusty. Like it'll be calm like it is right now. And then out of the blue, there's just like this huge gust of wind. And it will keep blowing, specifically this panel, out of my greenhouse. Which is what we're dealing with now. We've got all 3 back panels that need to get fixed. And then I do have a bar on the inside that did pop off because that panel did blow out as well. But the main problem is the back panels. And I firmly believe it's because of the door. The door is a sliding door, and which is not a smooth, it's like as you close it. I swear the whole neighborhood could hear it. And there is about a 1/2 inch gap when you do close the door between the actual greenhouse and the door itself. It is my belief that on windy days, because a lot of the wind comes from the east, the wind gets in here and just blows out the back window. There could be other ways, but that's my theory. So yeah, and also, I don't know if you can see, but like I'm squishing this. This kind of reminds me of cardboard, how there's those air pockets in cardboard, like those like thicker boxes. And I forgot what type of material this is, but it's not the thicker version. It's very flimsy, very flimsy material. It's starting to get damaged from trying to get it back in. Actually, let me reverse the camera and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is one of the panels that needs to go back in. You can see up here, it's not fully in. It's not in on this side. This is a problem. This is a problem. I'm not going to go too far over because the sun is shining and I don't want to blind you guys. But we have to take this whole side apart and try and get it back into, the grooves here. And you can see that is not in the grooves. And that's why, part of the reason why it keeps getting blown out is because it's not secure in that. Now, we do have clear Gorilla Tape, not tape, glue that we want to put in the grooves here to secure it instead of the tape. Because the tape really, a lot of this tape has held up really well, but because of the heat that happens in here, it starts to like get all weird and gooey and comes off. And you know, this is because of the flexibility of that. Now here's the door. I gotta clean this out, but you can see this is the gap I'm talking about. All right, let me get outside the door because it's really hot. And we'll get into that in a bit. Now here's the gap. So it's okay, it's less than a 1/2 inch, but I firmly believe that because it is not secure, it's not one of your normal like door ones. Oh look, this came off too. I don't even know when that happened. I have no idea when this happened. Let's see if I can get this somewhat. Okay, yep. So that's the other thing that I'm finding too, is some of these are like, this is not, I don't think that's supposed to be doing that, but this has been kind of a problem. And I don't know if it's the design, if it's the wind, what the case is. But, you know, this window keeps getting blown out. This material I don't think is the greatest. And I'm going to reverse the camera again. I don't think that this material is the greatest. I don't think it's strong enough for this area. Like, if we were to have a hurricane come through here, I guarantee you a lot of the windows would be blown out. Even a tropical storm. So that's something that we have to watch for this summer as well. Now, the top in the winter time, I don't know if most people do this with the greenhouses, but I do have to clean the tops off because it does start to bend in, which you don't want that because then you're going to lose part of your roof, right? This greenhouse does need to be insulated in the winter time. I know a lot of people insulate their greenhouses, so that isn't really an issue. I think more of my issue is that it's April and I could already tell you right now it's close to 90 degrees in here. I'm missing a window. I've got the door open and I've got this vent open and it is hot in here. Like, I can't even put my pepper plants in here. So, because too hot, they're just going to drop their flowers and they're going to be like, I ain't growing in here. So I was kind of hoping to put my peppers in here, considering I'm growing quite a bit, but that's not going to happen. I don't have any exhaust fans or anything like that. I mean, because we haven't even had this a year, almost a year, but so we're just trying to figure it out. But if I could go back and get a different greenhouse, I probably would get like a glass one, or I would probably do a little bit more research on the type of material this is. You know what I mean? So that's something you really, really want to look out for when you're shopping around for a greenhouse. And this wasn't a quick decision. This wasn't like, oh, I like this one. All right, you know, price is good. We spent a couple $100s on this, and you know, it's been a constant worry. I almost feel like, if a lot of you have been here with me since the polytunnel days, you'll know the stress that I've had with the polytunnel, specifically during the winter time when we get a lot of nor'easters, because it just ripped the whole thing apart several times. And that's what I'm afraid of here is, you know, again, I've had a window blow out completely. Well, two of them blew out yesterday from the gusts of wind that we've been getting here in Rhode Island. If any of you who are greenhouse owners do have any suggestions or whatever, I would love to hear from you. I was thinking about getting like a solar powered fan, But again, like before I can even get out here in the morning, it already hits 100 degrees in here. 90 even with the everything open. Though last night was in the 60s, so it probably wasn't too bad. But once the sun comes up, you know, from this side, it's like, whew, you know, and it has melted my pots. Because I like to reuse these, you know. I don't just buy the plastic pots and throw them out. I like to reuse them for seed starting and stuff like that, but they're melting all my pots. Like the heat in here is melting all my pots. I want to be able to store things in here and grow things in here. Maybe not so much in the summertime, but I can't do like seed propagation in here because it's either too cold or too hot. The cold is easier to deal with because I could, you know, insulate this, and I did try last year a little bit. I gotta try a new method, but whatever. And I can't bring my plants out here to harden them off because they're gonna die. So I am trying to find solutions. We were trying to find solutions. We were thinking about maybe plexiglass, but I'm going to make sure it's like, you know, this size, like this thickness, if you will, for more secure windows, I guess you would call them. But we're really struggling with the fact that this is a constant battle. Like every day we're looking out the window going, ooh, did a window blow out? We got to check them, you know, and it's like raining inside of my greenhouse and it's a mess. So my husband would give this a 6. I'm sure that might change, but I give this a 5 out of 10. And do your research on the type of material that this, where am I? This is. You know, again, I'd have to find the link, which that was last year. Good luck with that, to see exactly what this is. It's probably poly something, but I was kind of hoping to utilize this more, not just in the fall and winter time. So that is my my review for this greenhouse, as well as some of my gripes about this greenhouse. Again, if you are a greenhouse owner or experienced in this, I would really love for you to hit the comment section down below, because I am frustrated. I want to utilize this space. So do your research, make sure you get good material. Make sure you put it in a good spot too. Not that this is a bad spot, but it's just high wind, you know. So there's a lot to think about when you get a greenhouse. So it is what it is. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment, whatever, and have a great day.